I go into surgery and it's like literally everyone's worst nightmare what happened to me on the operating table. I could feel everything.
Look at that. Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So guys, we all know that these 304s are out there trying to be strong and independent.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Clown world. And guys, there's all these pillars of independence, right? You know, and there's a whole getting out there and getting useless degrees. There's letting Chad and Tyrone, right? And then there's all these chicks that are just out here being 304s, right guys?
You tell her she's a goddamn whore.
They're putting their hoo-ha on the internet, you know what I'm saying? They're starting OF pages, and part of that, guys, is they go and get all this plastic surgery. And there's all these chicks that are getting deleted from BBLs, man. Guys, I have a whole series of videos on BBLs, so check out the playlist at the end. But guys, they're flying to the DR, to Mexico, to Brazil. There's even chicks that are flying to Turkey. You're gonna go to Turkey and get surgery? Guys, I might be able to habla some Espanol or some Portuguese, but Turkish? Come on, man, you know? And they have all these horror stories. And guys, here we have this knucklehead of 304 right here, right? And of course, guys, we all know what her job is, right?
Y'all want to ask me what I'm doing? I'm outside hoeing.
It's just she's an OF chick, right?
I work at hoeing. Y'all want to know what company I work at? I work at hoeing.
And she's gonna tell us her entire story of flying to Turkey and getting her BBL. So we'll get into this, guys. But before we do, like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Guys, I have a second channel called 50 and 304s. That's linked in the description. Check out the playlist at the end. I have a Discord. Check that out. And guys, hit the join button or the link in the description because I am offering memberships now. So guys, thank you so much to all you guys that are already members. I really, really appreciate that. And guys, let's get into this.
From my first BBL in Turkey, and like I can be quite impulsive, so I definitely rushed into it without thinking of the complications that the surgery may have had. I'm all about doing what makes you feel good, but I kind of wish I knew what I knew now before I got my BBLs. So maybe me sharing what happened might make some young person think twice about getting it done or research more before they make these like life-changing decisions. I do go into more detail about everything that happened on my pod, but I wanted to share it here too. Maybe it'll reach someone who's contemplating getting plastic surgery. I don't know. So I'm glammed up from a shoot that I just did. I like still even have the jewelry on. I forgot to give it back to my photographer. I usually don't glam up this much for you guys. But when I first got my BBL, like I didn't have much money and I cheapened out and went to Turkey. Found a place, we were talking on WhatsApp, like the reviews looked really good. Before and after photos looked incredible. In the consult, like you send photos of yourself and the doctor was like, yes, like you're a great candidate for a BBL. So yeah, I decided to go with them, paid my deposit, and off I went. It was like one of those package deal places where you get like flights, accommodation, everything included. The massive flight, it's like 16 hours and I arrive at Turkey. I get picked up from one of their drivers and he takes me to the clinic to go have a consultation with the doctor. We get there and we're like waiting for half an hour and then they're like, oh no, you gotta go to the hospital to see him. So we have to drive all the way to the hospital to see this doctor. And also like my driver, like no one really speaks any English, so I don't really know what's going on. So I get to the hospital and like you have to hand over your passport and like the remaining money, which like I knew was going to happen. So I did that and then we're trying to find the doctor and we just cannot find him anywhere. We're like walking around the hospital trying to find this guy and like I start to panic because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like no one's telling me what's going on. Like I don't think Google Translate was really a thing back then. So like, then he says we have to go back to the clinic. So we drive all the way back to the clinic and see this doctor. And they found the surgeon and like go in there and he, you know, immediately looks at my body and is like, we won't be able to give you the result you want. Like you do not have enough fat for a BBL. I 100% had enough fat for a BBL. Like I had been purposely gaining weight for the BBL. It's like he was trying to like lower my expectations because he was gonna like, he knew he was gonna cheap out and do a half-ass job. So like I felt crap, but I was like, I still had hope inside me. I was like, surely like maybe they'll get into the surgery and it'll just be amazing.
Look
Anyway,
at that.
surgery day, I get marked up. I'm on the operating table. I go into surgery and it's like literally everyone's worst nightmare what happened to me on the operating table. I could feel everything. So when you get a BBL, they take the fat out of your stomach or like back, arms, and then they inject it into your butt. So they get this like long metal rod and they like poke it in your stomach, and it like, they dig it in, and it's like it's sucking out the fat. And I could feel the fat getting sucked out of me. And I laugh about this now, but it was like a horrific experience. Like it felt like it just burning, like you could actually feel it getting like the fat getting sucked off the skin. All I remember is like, I remember I could hear like nurses and the doctors like talking, and like I couldn't move my body. I was paralyzed, but I could just feel like tears running down my face because I was in so much pain. There was nothing I could do. I was just lying there like in my head screaming, but I could just like feel all the stuff that was happening. I guess they didn't give me enough anesthetic, like because I could feel everything, and I also like remember some of it. Anyway, I woke up and like I was just, my body was just in absolute shock. I remember I was just like uncontrollably shaking. I was in excruciating pain. I was vomiting blood. I was screaming. It was like,
what did you think was gonna happen if you get a BBL in Turkey?
You stupid woman!
Look at that, guys. Look at that, right?
Oh, she's a hooah!
still fading in and out of consciousness. Like I couldn't like really remember what was going on. When I woke up, I was lying on my back, and like if you know BBLs, like you're not supposed to sit down on your butt for the first 6 weeks, and I was like immediately out of, you know, the operating table, like lying on my butt. So I asked the nurses to like help roll me on my stomach so I could be off my butt, because I couldn't like physically pull myself up, or like I was just like, I could barely like lift myself up at all. So I needed help with that, and they were like, no, it's gonna be fine. So I just had to like lie there knowing that it was probably going to affect my results. I couldn't get up to go to the toilet. Like I couldn't move for like a good day. I was just laying in bed, like sleeping, trying to sleep, trying to like just freaking stay alive. They immediately start trying to like kick me out, like while
Look
I'm
at
still
that.
in the state. Like they just want like
They said, you ain't got to go home, you just got to get the hell up on out of here.
With your broke ass.
another free hospital bed. They like get me up to like start walking again, and I'm just like collapsing. Like I just have no strength. I cannot get up. I can't walk. I'm still like in and out of consciousness at this point. I was literally begging them for me to stay another night. I was like, please, like just let me stay another night. I don't think I can do this. Like this is like, I'm in so much pain. I hadn't even eaten because I couldn't like hold down any food, but they were like, no, it's time to go. Like you gotta pack up your stuff and go. And there were 2 nurses looking after me, and one of the nurse was getting me dressed to leave, and then the other one like left the room, and as soon as like she left the room, he immediately started just touching me inappropriately, like I was getting me dressed, and he did the same like as I was going to leave, like in the elevator. He did it again. The easiest thing about that is like I don't even remember that happening until like, I don't know if it was like a month.
Well, you were in Turkey, you moron. Right, guys? I mean, come on.
You stupid woman!
Like 2 months like after the surgery had happened, I was just sitting in my, I was just standing in my kitchen, and I like just broke down crying because
I can't, guys. I can't. Guys, she goes on for like another 2.5 minutes, guys. Guys, how long do you guys think she's been talking, right? Half hour? 45 minutes? Guys, it's only been 6 minutes and 4 seconds, right? You guys, she risked her life in Turkey for a discount BBL. And guys, you notice she said BBLs plural at the beginning, right?
Beta female!
Guys, this is how dumb these 304s are. Right? Guys, I don't feel bad, you know, if the final thing happens to them, if they don't make it out, because they chose this, right? So, all right, you guys, let me know what you think. I appreciate you. Have a good one, guys.